in town because of a Kansas City chef. He involves a lot of people. People connected only by the slightest of events.
Give me your wallet.
Am I being mugged? That is how these affairs begin.
The cat's in town.
Good cat? Who's good cat?
He shows people dying, he vanishes.
What are you looking for? This is our guy, Nick Fisher. Who is he? The kid and I have unfinished business.
Boss wants to see you.
Who's the boss?
The guy we work for.
I'm not the guy you're looking for. I don't live here.
Yeah, well, you look like the guy that lives here.
Then you don't know what the guy that lives here looks like.
What he means to say is you look like you live here.
Yeah, that's what I mean to say.
What happened to your nose?
It's a very long story.
I think it's time you told me that story.
Well, there's this guy and they call him the boss. I'm sorry, who are you?
I'm the boss.
They picked up the wrong guy.
Wrong guy for what?
Whatever it is you wanted to see me about.
Do you know what I want to see you about?
No.
Then how do you know I have the wrong guy?
Then right across the street lives this other crime boss they call the rabbi.
Why do they call him the rabbi?
Because he's a rabbi.
But I'm not Nick Fisher.
And who the hell are you?
I'm Slevin.
That's not Nick Fisher.
I know.
He set you up. You should run.
I can't.
They'll kill you if you stay.
They'll kill me if I leave.
Time's up.
I'm a world-class assassin. I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm thinking of a new option.
Lucky number 11.
Hey guys, welcome to week whatever on the Real DVD Watchers. This week I'm going to be reviewing Lucky Number 11, which is a film that I had heard about before, but to be honest it didn't really look all that good to me from what I remember. I remember thinking it looked rather stupid, to be honest, but I didn't know all that much about it, and this was way back when it initially came out. And it was recommended to me, and I was given a lot of free choice to see this movie, of course, but anyways, it was a great film. I'm really glad I ended up watching it. If you don't know what it's about, it is about this, it's really hard to not give away too much. It's about this man, played by Josh Hartnett, named Slevin, and he becomes the victim of a case of mistaken identity in which he's believed to be to owe money to these to a mob boss, and it basically becomes this tangled mess where, because he's mistaken as being someone who he's not, he ends up in this really sticky situation. That's really all I can reveal without revealing too much of the plot, because this film, in terms of its story, is a really good one. There's a lot of complex things going on in this, that, as far as the writing goes, the story is constructed in a really good way. I could see how it could become difficult to follow and understand, but I think the writers did a great job of avoiding that. And they've made a complex story, but not completely fucked up the mind of the viewer. As far as, again, back to the writing, the dialogue in this film is brilliant. There are so many, particularly in the first half and then a bit after, the dialogue is great. It's witty, it's clever, and I found myself laughing quite a bit, not at it, but sort of chuckling with it, if you will, if you understand what I mean. Because it's got this, it's very sharp and very edgy and just really, really clever, as I mentioned before. And part of that obviously comes from how it's delivered, which is where the performances come in. And the performances in this film I thought were really great. You have a very large cast of well-known, well-respected actors, from Morgan Freeman, Ben Kingsley, Bruce Willis, Josh Hartnett, and Lucy Liu. All bringing in great performances. Bruce Willis, for me, is the weakest of the bunch, but that's not to say he's bad at all. I think his performance was meant to be sort of more calm and collective as opposed to everyone else's, and he does that. He does those kind of things well, I find. So it's the least colorful of the performances, if you want to use that word, but it's not a bad performance by any stretch of the imagination. Ben Kingsley and Morgan Freeman, fantastic actors, you shouldn't really expect less from them. I think Morgan Freeman and Ben Kingsley looked like they really had the most fun and immersed themselves the most into their characters. Just because I don't know, there's something about them. It made me look like they were really enjoying what they were doing, and really went all in with it. Lucy Liu, I have not seen a lot of her work, but she was really great in this. I found her very lively and very plucky. She was very good at delivering those lines very fast and very sharp and in a very clever manner. And her chemistry with Josh Hartnett was very, very good. I found those two together on the screen was really great chemistry, and they work well together. And there's nothing weak about the way those characters interact together. Which brings me to Josh Hartnett. He is an actor who, with the exception of Black Hawk Down, I have not seen him in many of his more serious roles. I've seen him in like 40 Days and 40 Nights or whatever, and that was it's fine. But this film, I think he delivered a great performance, more so in the first, again, the first half, where he's playing this rather calm and collective character. I thought he really looked to be enjoying himself and really throwing himself into the role and doing a great job with that. Again, when it comes to delivering those lines, I think it could be very easy to make those lines sound kind of weird. The writing is clever. It's not to say they rely completely on the performances, but they're enhanced by the performances as well, I think, to bring some life to those words. Josh Hartnett does a very good job with that.
You're not Nick.
You're not as tall as I thought you'd be.
Well, I'm short for my height.
Oh, see, that makes sense, because I can usually tell how tall someone is by their knock. You have a deceptively tall knock. Congratulations.
So it's a good thing.
I don't know. I opened the door expecting you to be up here. You're down there. That combined with a low center of gravity, forget about it.
Who are you?
I'm Slevin.
And what happened to your nose?
I was using it to break some guy's fist.
When it comes, fuck, I can't reveal too much. Let's just say, his performance has to change a little bit, and I found that to be still good. I love the way he was able to move into that, but I think it was a little generic in terms of what that character in other movies usually is. If you haven't seen it, you won't understand what I mean, but if you have, you hopefully will. As far as the story goes and the ending, okay, fuck it. Spoilers from here on to the end of the review, so bye. The ending leaves a lot of things revealed, but I'm really impressed with the way that they managed to leave everything settled. Like, there's nothing, you're not left scratching your head really about what about this. Everything's sort of tied up with a nice bow and wrapped up perfectly. There was one situation where I was wondering, did it have to be this way, or did that really matter to the plot? And ultimately it did. So yeah, it's a very clever. I'm really impressed by the way this story was structured, as I mentioned before, and the way that everybody in this film seems to sort of be really enjoying themselves and taking it seriously too. As far as the way the film is shot, I think it's got a nice look to it. One particular shot I really loved was a shot in which Morgan Freeman's character is looking out a window and they sort of zoom over off to the other end of to another building on the other side of the street, into the window to see Ben Kingsley's character. I like that shot for some reason. That really sticks in my mind. And other than that, the rest of as far as the technical aspects of the film go, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think they're fantastically phenomenal, but they do the job well, and they do the job much better than most films do these days, unfortunately. So that's my review. I do not think this is one of the greatest films ever made of all times, but I do think it is a really good film. It's a film that I would recommend to people. It's a film I wouldn't mind owning, to be honest. And yeah, that's really it. I give it like a... No, fuck it. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It really was good. Yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys next week for Superhero Week. Bye.